Hey guys,
it's Cristal
and Cris. Welcome back. We're checking in from Universal Studios Hollywood. It is dark. It is spooky.
I'm like, do you like our spooky voices?
Because this is our first official HHN update of the spooky season for 2022. If you have been following us for a while, you know we don't do regular updates when it comes to HHN. We like to spice it up, get
extra spooky.
A little bit of horror in there. The park is closing soon, and we're bringing you the latest information on what we know and secrets and what we've been hearing about HHN.
We are those crazy people that wait till last minute till the park is almost closed and there's like barely anyone around.
Did you hear that? Things are getting spooky already. Let's get started. HHN updates the best way we know how. Let's do it. We gotta get started. We're here in front of Waterworld, and you know what? Not too long ago, they just added these walls, these barriers, because for HHN, they always have a house / maze right back there. The full moon is in just a day or two. Look at this. It's picture perfect.
It's like perfect.
Picture perfect. So if you guys remember from HHN 2021, this was Halloween 4. And this was a great maze. That end scene was awesome. If you look at it from this angle, they already are going vertical. They have some structures. They have beams. There's some lumber sticking out right here.
You can see it sticking out right there in the corner.
What is this maze gonna be? We have no idea yet. We're gonna get into the official announcements so far that have been made for HHN. They already announced Halloween original 1978 maze house coming this year, because the original house looks like it's going to be over at the Curious George parking lot. So what is this going to be?
What is this going to be?
Interesting.
Ooh.
I love it. Wait, did you hear that, babe?
Not again.
If it is going to be your first HHN, as soon as you enter the park,
oh my gosh, you're in
for Halloween Horror Nights,
you're in for a treat.
You might see and hear chainsaws and all that stuff. You see,
like, that's all you hear.
I want to say one thing. It's so bright right now, but I guarantee for HHN,
it's dark.
It's gonna be super dark. You're not gonna be able to see all of this right here. You think you're safe, but you're not.
You're never safe.
You're never safe.
It's crazy, you guys. Like, they'll literally chase you, and especially if you look really scared, they'll chase you down with the chainsaw.
Whatever you do, don't look. Don't breathe.
Make eye contact.
Don't move.
Don't make eye contact.
Or they'll come after you. Hopefully we get a full ceremony like we did back in 2019 in this area. Back in 2021, last spooky season, we got like a mini version of the ceremony.
But of course, like for all of our OGs, you know what a real ceremony looks like. So we're hoping we get that full ceremony.
So if you are new here, make sure you do subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up. We do have a full 2021 and 2020 spooky playlist. This is the first update for the year, but we already started our 2022 spooky playlist.
And isn't it so insane, because this time we're like starting early. Thank you HHN for like giving us like little clues here and there with like all the maze facades, and you know it's everything. Been so fun, you know, like speculating like every day.
Universal Studios has been building since February, the earliest they've ever started. And according to John Murdy, the creative director, which we follow on Twitter, and he actually has mentioned us and talked to us on Twitter too. You gotta make sure you follow us on Twitter. But he did say that Universal Studios asked him to start early and prolong everything. Make it the construction, like, you know, extend it as long as you can.
Which makes sense, because I feel like last year was very rushed. Just because with COVID and everything that happened.
Spooky season 24/7. We do go live every single week from Universal Studios, as well as going live from our home, from our living room. CNC headquarters, because we talk about everything: music, movies, sports, travel, Halloween, and theme parks. So make sure you are subscribed with the notifications on. Yes, so here we are in front of what used to be the Walking Dead maze. Cristal and I have been Platinum Pass members for a little bit over almost 4 years. The first thing we would do was, as soon as we enter the park, go inside the Walking Dead.
It was part of our routine.
Like we said, spooky season 24/7. But since they got rid of it, they did bring it back last year. That's left everyone wondering, are they going to be using this for HHN? It would make sense if they have emptied it out. We've had rumors and we've heard that they emptied this whole thing out. We've mentioned it. We've been talking about this on our Thirsty Thursday lives and Freaky Fridays. This used to be the exit for the House of Horrors, the Van Helsing maze that they used to have year-round. But you know what, babe? With everything that's going on right now, I would have loved for this to be a Universal Monsters maze open year-round.
I mean, it's already been set up like that, so I'm like, it only makes sense, right?
And not just that, but you know what? With the latest season of Stranger Things, it would be so cool if they did have a Stranger Things maze that was open year-round.
I'm crossing my fingers.
Just like The Walking Dead.
I'm like, yes,
I love it. It would make sense for them to do it right here. The first official announcement was Universal Monsters Legends Collide. The Wolfman, Frankenstein, and the Mummy battling it out versus us. I really wish they would have done that here, because that means that they could have kept this year round and it would have been Universal Monsters. This facade looks just like La Llorona. It is almost like 99% confirmed that it's La Llorona because it looks identical to the 2011-2012 facade of La Llorona.
Yeah, there's different like features of it that obviously remind you of it, so it's like huge hints, you know, we're kind of almost 100% sure.
Almost 100%. It has to be La Llorona. I actually came to that maze. I didn't come with Cristal, and I'm so excited to bring her to this one.
I don't know.
Because this
the
one,
way you describe it, I'm like, ugh,
let me tell you, this maze, La Llorona, back in 2012, had some iconic scenes. This last year was the Bride of Frankenstein.
One of our
hands down, one of our favorite mazes, houses.
We did that maze like twice
so good.
every time we would come.
Literally,
the
it was
soundtrack, the music, it was so awesome.
I think the Bride of Frankenstein last year, right here, was the most underrated maze.
It was.
Last season. If you remember, at the end of this maze, you would exit into the scare zone. It was the Silver Screen Queens.
Yeah.
The Silver Screen Queens. What's it gonna be this time? Another confirmation that we have is that all the scare zones are gonna be original scare zones. Plaza de los Muertos. They had some incredible photo ops, and you had like the little skull interactions with the scare actors around here.
Yeah, they definitely did a full transformation for this place.
If they have La Llorona, it would make sense for them to keep it. It would make sense to keep it Plaza de los Muertos.
Crying everywhere.
What? Wait, is that her over there? As of right now, they have been dropping merch with every announcement. Again, the official announcements are Universal Monsters Legends Collide, and they just announced last week Halloween 1978, the original. You can find that merch inside Production Central here inside the park as of right now, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be coming to other stores inside the park. Let's check it out. You know what? Production Central here in front of Hogsmeade by Animal Actors.
Our favorite store.
Hands down, our favorite store. They always have Universal Monsters merch in there year round. You can always find good stuff in there. But we've heard rumors that this is actually going to become a tribute store for Halloween Horror Nights this year. That normally happens in the lower lot, right next to Isla Nublar by Jurassic World. They convert that store.
Which is crazy because if you were on our live, we were mentioning it when we were down there, remember? We're like, oh, don't forget that they transformed the store down there.
Very true. That's right. They're literally adding stuff every single week. Universal Studios Hollywood is on a roll right now, and I cannot wait for HHN.
The merch, they're killing it with the merch.
Babes, we're in trouble.
Literally
our pockets are
literally killing it.
Our pockets are gonna hurt this spooky season.
Alright, you guys, we made it to Hogsmeade.
Here we are. For HHN last year, HHN 2021, they had the mazes back by the Curious George parking lot. So they actually opened up Hogsmeade. And they let us run through here. They had the amazing spooky. They were pretty spooky. Pretty cool projections pretty cool. On the castle. But you know what we were missing? We were missing some Death Eaters.
Yes, we're like, how did they elevate it? We're like, Death Eaters. That's
how you do it. How does HHN Orlando get Death Eaters, but we don't? But you know what? Again, we've heard rumors. Death Eaters will be coming to HHN 2022 here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Nothing is official until it's confirmed, but it's exciting to think about it because if you want to go to the mazes back there, you might have to be battling some Death Eaters.
So at that point, it's kind of like a scare zone here in Hogsmeade.
That's pretty cool for all of our Harry Potter fans. Wizarding World, it's gonna come to life at night for HHN. We actually hopped on a studio tour earlier today, so check it out because you know what? You can see it from the Curious George parking lot.
You can.
It looks like the rumors keep saying it's gonna be a Scarecrow original maze, and then we're gonna have the Halloween maze because tell me that house does not look like the original 1978 Michael Myers house.
Babe, if Michael Myers is back there,
he's right there. He's waiting for you right now. I'm not mad about having Halloween 1978, the original maze, because we haven't had that one since 2015, and prior to that it was actually 2009.
Yeah, and we actually talked about this on Freaky Friday.
Yes, we did.
And I was saying how like the original movies I feel like are a lot scarier just because a lot of like the storylines are like more realistic.
There's like iconic
scenes. There are iconic scenes that you're like, okay, that can happen.
Wait, do you hear that, babe? What is that? At the lower lot, here's what we know so far. As of right now, the Universal Monsters Legends Collide maze is gonna be behind the Mummy. And then a few weeks ago, a tent popped up right behind stage 29. Stage 29 is where they had The Exorcist last year. And that was a good maze.
We loved it.
They got me really good in that one.
That one was really scary, and you actually got like the aromas and then like
the scent.
It was scary. Yeah.
It was so good. Actually, Texas Chainsaw was behind the Mummy last year. The scent was back and it smelled terrible. And the same with The Exorcist. But here's what we know. That tent back there, we hopped on a studio tour earlier. That one looks just like Killer Clowns, which was back in 2019. And we actually really enjoyed that maze.
Really enjoyed
you remember that one? It was so good.
Actually, in the beginning, I hated like spooky season.
But yes, Killer Clowns from Outer Space was a great maze. I'm pretty sure we're getting it back. Are we gonna get Soundstage 29, which is behind Transformers?
At
this point, we're still missing one section of the maze.
And we love
mazes.
Yeah, we love that they used the whole sound stage. It definitely made a difference because normally they just have like they set up a tent. Them using like a whole stage, it definitely like brought something different. And then us like waiting in line, you're like, wait, I'm in a stage.
Did you hear that? Wait,
what
was that? We do have to mention the Terror Tram. You know what?
My favorite. I know a lot of people do not like it, but I love it. I feel like it's just such a vibe to be able to go down there like late at night on the Terror Tram. Like I cannot complain about that.
When do you ever get to walk through the Norman Bates, the Bates Motel, the War of the World set in front of the Psycho House, which, by the way, we got attacked earlier today by Norman Bates himself.
He made me flinch. He got super close to me.
So last season it was actually more of like the Purge. This year, who knows what we're gonna get? Nothing confirmed yet. If you didn't know, now you know. Universal's actually really haunted. We have part 1 of Haunted Universal on our channel.
Yes, go check
Last year, go check out that video because we've been speaking to team members and we have some more incredible stories.
Warning, you might want to watch that
during the day. Part 2 of Haunted Universal is coming up next.
We're so excited because that was only part of the stories that we had.
Dang. So if you do see something creepy at night here, it might be real. You never know what's...
What was that?
Alright everyone, that's gonna do it for this HHN update, spooky
update. To think that this is the first one, and there's still so much news that is gonna come out, so we're gonna be back for sure.
Oh, you guys have to stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed and have your notifications on, especially if you're all about spooky season. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up because you know what? This is what we know. As of right now, September 8th, Thursday, first night of HHN. guaranteed, we're gonna be here. We were here last year. We recorded, we vlogged it. This event actually runs till Halloween night, which is a Monday this year. And of course, we're gonna be here that Monday night, Halloween night. Of course, we're all about spooky stuff. That's crazy. If you do want to come to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, maybe once, twice a week, get that frequent fear pass. It is totally worth it, especially if you are local. The easiest way to support our channel, just hit that like button. We appreciate you, every single one of you watching right now. Our spooky fam. We go live once a week and we always talk about Halloween Horror Nights, a little bit of spooky stuff in between. And you know what? Some spooky stuff has happened during our lives.
Yes.
Wait, did you hear that?
Not again.
Not again. Not again. We'll see you guys in the next video.